Welcome back to the Whiskey and Wisdom podcast. I am your constant co-host, Chris Kellum, and I'm with
Tyler Yaw.
And we bring back a fan favorite, one of the best to ever do it in the West. Have you ever been in the West, guys?
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I thought.
It's like
For those who don't know, Miss Leigh.
Thank you very much.
I was like, wait, I don't want to try.
I sent you a whole introduction and everything, but I like yours
he
better.
He does it.
Yeah, sorry.
He reads it, and I was like, nah, I'm going to have more fun.
Do you still have your last name? Some things
I do.
have changed.
Yeah.
So,
They have. We'll get
that's
into
what-
that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
That was my question. I was like, wait, what's the last name?
It's Roberts
Okay.
for now.
See, I knew you had gotten to Hitched,
I did get hitched.
which has me asking many questions. One, for those who didn't know, we're not really drinking today. You got the San Pellegrino.
It has been a year and 7 months since I have drank.
Wow.
And I'm not doing it for the coin. I'm just,
Right.
Yeah.
it's health.
It's healthy.
It's health. I have gone full bore into all the health things.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I could have a degree in all of the holistic health stuff. The amount of knowledge I have obtained, very proud of it actually. It's been very helpful to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I'm in a much better place during this podcast.
Right. Because that was like right before everything happened
Right
health-wise.
after.
It was right after.
Directly
Okay.
after.
I couldn't remember if it was right before or right after.
I was straight up not having a good time. I was not okay
No.
at all.
Well, tell us about that kind of transition from where you were to where you are now. Just kind of like
Oh
briefly
my
of what
gosh.
happened, how you got over it and all that.
Well, this isn't the topic that I really wanted to dive into anyways, but I mean, some of this stuff is already like on my Instagram, so people can find out a little bit more of those details. But I was hospitalized. Basically, my blood was totally destroyed by the COVID vaccine. It was destroying my heart. It was destroying my brain. I was bedridden. I was hospitalized several times. And I went to several different specialists. They're telling me, no, it can't be the COVID vaccine. No. My blood work looks fine, right? No.
Yeah.
I found a holistic doctor. She looked at my blood under the microscope. And my blood, obviously, everybody knows what blood should look like. Beautiful little pillows. A little bit of space around them. Should be moving pretty good. No, my blood was so coagulated, and they were these giant fish eggs. And every once in a
Is
while,
that the spike protein?
with this, you would actually see it's like if you took taffy and pulled it end to end, and it was like spikes all throughout the blood, and the blood had like some weird wiggly. It just didn't look like blood at all. And she was like, "Oh, you're not okay." But here's the thing: is that I didn't take any pharmaceuticals to get through any of this because I also was diagnosed with AVNRT, which is I was severely tachycardic and had like terrible heart rhythms and all that kind of stuff. But I was actually able to get my rhythm under control completely. I was able to completely clean my blood. I was pretty much able to reverse all of the cell damage in 2 months, just by taking very specific supplements like nattokinase enzyme. It's actually from fermented soy, but that curcumin, bromelain, black seed extract, some of those things that are naturally derived, it's amazing. Now I truly do believe that any ailment, even if you have cancer, I have seen the results of natural medicine reversing cancer. Everything can be cured. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Even if you have, let's say you hurt your ankle, okay? If you fast for 3 days, your ankle will feel better.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Because your body is telling itself like, hey, we need to go repair the things that need to be repaired. After it repairs your gut, then it goes to other parts of your body. It's phenomenal, fascinating. This could be a whole
separate podcast.
But really, I think mostly I really wanted to talk about the wedding industry today.
Yeah.
My role as a wedding photographer.
I told Chris we would keep you on track on the wedding
Yes.
thing. But I did want to bring that up just for a second, just to kind of like complete the circle.
That's my recap. But
from last time.
So
but then we'll
coupled with all of those supplements, you can't just take a supplement and expect it to do its job fully unless you're willing to change. I was I would have done anything once you lose your health, you got 99 problems until you lose your health. Then you got one problem. And then once you gain that back, I mean, it was all God. It was all God who put in my heart, like, the willingness to change and the understanding of everything that I was learning about the holistic lifestyle, right? But yeah, hadn't drank since then. But if you don't change your lifestyle, those supplements aren't going to do you as much good. So I cut out all the seed oils. I cut out as much sugar as I possibly can. When I stopped drinking, I found out that I am very addicted to sugar. I have such a sweet tooth now. I never would have thought that, because it's like the only thing, like the last thing that your body could really crave apart from any other vice. But if you cut those things out, and then I finally started working out again. You know what I'm saying?
Very good.
I have a backyard gym. So I actually bought Pete, my now husband, I bought him a shipping container, and from the shipyard. It's so cool. And it was already custom painted camo. He's in the military.
Wow. Yeah.
And I put it in the backyard. We turned it into a gym. It's really cool. So
I wish my backyard was like a little bit bigger and I could pull that off.
We got half an acre. So
I know.
I'm fixing to put some chickens in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Nice.
I'm trying. Actually, I just go to the farmer's market and I paid $10 for 12 dozen eggs. But see, here's the thing that's what I spend my money on. I don't go out to, you won't catch me at a restaurant because they use seed oils. They use Teflon coated pans. Oh my God, except for Spoonfed, shout out Spoonfed. And Drift is actually pretty clean. There's just not a lot of restaurants that I can go and eat at and feel good after. I just feel like crap after I go out to eat. So I just don't. So that's where my money goes. Making food. I am actually a really good cook. Anybody who knew me 10 years ago would have never believed that. I could not even make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which, by the way, is better buttered and toasted on a pan. If you haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich buttered and toasted on a pan,
can't say I have.
Pan fried,
I have.
solid. It's solid. Yeah.
It is messier though.
Okay.
True.
Who cares?
Peanut butter melts.
You know what you're getting into when you have a toasted PB&J.
Just saying. For him who's never had it, he should know this. But my brain was leading into, hey, congrats, you're married now.
Thank you. I have a fun story about that.
So I was going to ask, how'd the wedding go?
So we eloped. After spending 14 years in the wedding industry, I think it's going on 14 now. Yeah. You see everything, pretty much. I've done this for such a long time, and minus my very short hiatus when I no longer owned my first company and then had to go into insurance to put food on the table, and then sold artwork in order to get money to buy all of my equipment all over again because parents weren't investing anymore. And that's like, thank the good Lord for my parents. I wouldn't be here without them, to be honest. But did all this on my own. Well, no, I did not do all this on my own. God was with me throughout this entire process. So shout out. But what was I talking about? I lose my train of thought. Help me.
You chose to get eloped instead of...
Yes, I chose to get eloped because it's like I have seen too much and I have too many opinions. And this go around, we're not dropping $80,000 on a wedding. Right. If I had it, I probably would because I'm bougie like that. But we were just like, I kept it at, I think I spent $6,000 total.
Wow.
Most of that was my dress. My dress was fantastic. My family owns a mountain property up in McGrady, and we're just like, this is a very special place for us. Let's just go up here, say a couple words. We had Pastor Kenny come up. It was a total of 9 people. We had spoon-fed cater, but Pete actually literally drove up the food, so we didn't have like anybody extra come up.
You're Northside?
Yeah. What?
Northside? Is that where the pastor?
Kenny, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
He's fantastic. He's so funny. Every time I'm at a wedding, he's like, thank God you're here. He's phenomenal. He's like, you're like a ninja. And I would know. Yeah. Well, that was actually a joke. Yeah. Anyways, we won't go there. So, yeah, it was a really good time. And I didn't have flowers. I didn't have any of that stuff because I don't need it. Yeah. But yeah, it was good.
But you saw, being in the industry, you've seen so many trends and fads. It's kind of like, let's kind of step away from that.
Some of them come and go. Right now, the one that is making me so angry. Sorry, guys. To each their own. I'm just going to go ahead and say there are certain trends that people hang on to and some that it's just like, yuck. One trend right now that I am seeing in the wedding industry, as far as like style and design choice, but which is a personal preference, I cannot stand polka dots, and I'm seeing them everywhere coming up in 2026, and it's making me angry. Ugh. Yeah.
Bold statement.
Yes.
What color polka dots?
Just,
All colors?
well, black
Just
and
the
white,
style?
like classic, but I'm sure some people will be like, hey, let's do like a pink and white polka dot situation. I don't know. God knows. But no, I see all kinds of stuff, but that one right now is making me upset. As far as like wedding photography trends that I think actually has stuck is the wonky photos, like the ones that are out of focus. The horizon line is not horizoning. It's like off
That one
kilter.
drives me nuts.
It does. If there's a horizon line, it very much frustrates me to see that because I can see the beach is like this. Right. But as long as it's intentional, I would say to anybody, like, do what you want, have fun with it, because that's where you can get really creative. Is when you're really enjoying yourself and you can try things. But that one does bug me. I'm fine with an off kilter shot if I'm not seeing a horizon line behind them.
Right, yeah.
But
wait, if you have a horizon, why can't you just adjust it after?
You could.
The person is not.
You're
saying it
You
could be
could.
adjusted. They choose not to.
Yeah, it's a style choice.
Okay.
It's a style choice, and I'm
Okay.
fine with that. I'm fine with it.
I'm not. That hurts my head.
I know. That's why I don't like it.
That's also why I don't post pictures, because I take crooked ones and I'm like, I don't want to adjust them.
Yeah.
I'll do crooked ones of drinks just for the sake of it being different.
It's wild though when I think back to when I was first starting, the trends that were happening back in 2014, 2015. I went to barf, like especially like wedding photography. You were either a bright and airy photographer, or you were something else, dark and moody. And there was only it was polarized. It was two, and I was somewhere. I definitely leaned a little bit more darker back then than I do now. I don't even know what I don't know what I classify myself. It can be. I like it. It's fun. But in order to, I'm skipping ahead of so many things that I want to talk about. But what was I even talking about?
Dark and moody.
Dark and moody.
But we skipped too far ahead.
We really did, because I
can
had
go
a
back.
whole.
You know
I
what?
have a whole
We'll
agenda.
follow your
Can we
list as
put a pin
opposed
in
to-
this?
Yeah.
First of all, like the wedding industry is massive. I mean, it's a $70 billion monster. Did you even know? Oh, it gets crazy. What people spend on weddings in general, like in North Carolina, how much do you think the average wedding costs in North Carolina?
37.
In 2025. Let's go back to last year.
Yeah, I think like.
I was going to say 45.
You'd actually be surprised it's 30. That's the average.
Okay.
My brain said 32 when I was like that.
Which isn't far off from the average cost of a wedding in 2015, 2016. It was
interesting.
25.
Oh, so it's evened out.
It was a that's
the reason why I
$5,000.
said so much higher
Yes.
is because I knew what it was in 2015, and I
Yes.
was like, well, the inflation.
What's
So I was trying to do
crazy
math.
is that I think that people are opting out of certain things for their wedding in order to fit their budget a little bit better.
That makes sense.
That's my guess.
I also feel like I've talked a few people into eloping as well, which greatly reduces the price. So
It's almost like income to like housing cost ratio. Like income has not gone up very much, but the cost of a house has gone up tremendously.
right.
So the cost of hiring a wedding photographer in 2015, guess how much that was?
$6,000.
No.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, I'm talking about just an average photographer,
Oh, an
not
average
like a
person?
crazy
Oh.
luxury photographer. Nobody
I'm
who
thinking-
just
Not
started
Leigh.
either.
I'm thinking of the big people.
sorry, no. Not somebody who just started, just kind of like regular wedding photographer, does a good job. How much do you think that would
I
cost
don't
you?
even know how much we paid.
I would say $600.
Whew,
I was going to say,
that's someone who's just starting, honey.
You
Right.
said my brain was like 6 to 12.
I think we paid around 15-ish.
It was between $1,500 to $2,000 for a pretty good photographer. And when we were charging that, we felt we were like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was amazing.
Great money.
Great money, because your dollar went so much farther back then.
Yeah.
Now, guess how much the average photographer charges?
15.
Costs.
Ooh.
That's actually, now you're into luxury land.
So I was going to say like $5,000.
That's a good average. It's between 4 and 8. Now that
so my original 6K guess was
yeah.
No, I meant like 1,500.
Yeah.
Like I meant still.
But the jump between that's double.
yeah.
Okay.
But the quality is that
Not always. Yeah. Quality is not all. I would say quality is always there. No, I can't say quality is always there. I'm not going to share my opinions on photographers that charge that much because some of them I feel like have no business charging that much. Like they just started yesterday, okay? However, on that note, I think that veteran vendors, such as what I would like to consider myself, have a lot to learn from like Gen Zers who have only shot weddings for like 2 years, but they're doing they're doing something right. They're really grasping what their client wants and they are delivering. And you know what? They've got a fresh eye on things. They haven't been bogged down by 2016 wedding vibes that are haunting us all still to this day, where we're trying to hang on to something that we used to have. I don't know. Like some of us photographers, we're a little stuck in the past. I was certainly stuck in the past, even just like 2 years ago, because I'm thinking like, what did I used to do? I feel like I'm not good anymore. What did I do? And instead of looking forward, or I would look to other photographers to be like, how do they do this? What if I mimic that? And that is a
Terrible
pitfall.
for artists, yeah.
Oh, it's terrible for an artist. Oh God, that gets me into another topic. Okay, one thing that I cannot stand. I'm not here to be negative, but I think
That's what gets all the views. Keep on going.
Jeez Louise. One term that I think has irked me ever since I heard it was calling someone a creative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is an adjective. That is not a noun. I am not a creative. I am a creative person. I do creative things. I can be creative, but I am not a creative. Okay, I'm a photographer. Okay, because what does it make you think of when somebody's like, I'm a creative?
Oh, see, when I think of somebody,
I think of like a content creator.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, then and that's totally fair.
Yeah, because in my brain, like if someone is like, oh, hey, we're working with, like, or that guy's a creative, I would think that they're a content creator of some sort, or they're they're a model.
Oh,
Or like
see,
they're-
but so
they're
it's
the
so
person.
vague though.
Yeah.
It's so vague. So you can't really get to the heart of what somebody does when
Right.
they introduce themselves as. Now,
That's
this
the
is
point.
just my equivalent of the word moist for some people. Okay. Nobody likes the word. Is that a thing for you too? I don't know.
No.
I don't like when people chew. I don't like hearing people chew. Oh, okay.
Just be happy we didn't have the headphones this time.
I'm telling you, I truly have misophonia. My blood pressure goes up. I have a physical reaction, even though mentally I'm like, okay, tranquilo, chill out. It's fine. But when people chew with their mouth open, okay, let me just specify.
Oh, that's even
Oh,
worse.
it
That's a
bugs
toddler.
me. It's so bad. Oh, I got off topic again. I'm sorry. Yes, we're talking about the wedding industry, creatives. That term does bother me just a little bit. I'm seeing it used a lot.
I mean, to me, it's like when I ask somebody, what do you do? And they're like, I'm in sales. Like I had
No,
somebody
my
come
favorite
up to
one
me
that-
to do that.
My favorite one that bothers you is, oh, it's going to skip my head now. What's the
Okay,
other
come
one?
back to it. Come back to
Yeah,
it.
yell
But
it out.
what else was I going to get into? Have you thought of it yet?
Consultant.
Consultant. See, that's very vague. But see, it's a noun. It's not an adjective. See my
True.
point? Okay.
But it's still so
It is
broad.
so vague. It's so vague.
Technically, Tyler and I could be considered consultants.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are. So could I.
Yeah.
That was my last title.
So we should.
That was your last what?
Title.
Title.
We should put it on all of our taxes. I'm a consultant.
Consultant.
Consultant. It's a good way to get audited.
I can consult, let me tell you. That's so funny.
Legitimately, though. If you put that you're a consultant and you don't put any additional stuff, you will get audited more often than not.
That's the truth.
But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Where else was I going with that? Did you have any other questions before I move into
Nope, go ahead. Sorry.
drinking your milk?
Yeah, don't drink my milk. Leave me alone.
Not much cafe in that, is there?
You know, it's the afternoon. He's trying to
I know,
chill
so I
out.
don't need too much caffeine right now. I'll lose my mind.
According to Italians, if you put milk in your coffee in the afternoon, it is a no-no.
Why?
Because milk is for... No. I'm sorry. It's the opposite. Milk is for the afternoon because it's...
Right.
Not in the morning.
But not in the morning because
yeah.
of the digestion or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thought it was dilution.
Been a minute slip into Italy. I don't know.
So I don't do it on purpose, but in the mornings I'll only drink black coffee, and then I was telling the person who brought me the coffee that in the afternoon I'll have like something like this.
That's good. I wanted a honeymoon in Italy, but I don't know. There's so many places that I want to go. I think Scotland. I want a weird. If you saw my Spotify playlist, you'd be. I don't know if you'd laugh, throw up, be baffled, or what, because I have Irish sea shanties and very strange. I have a very strange taste in music. Recently, I've been into the country kick. Big fan.
Would assume that.
10 years ago, Leigh could never.
Wow. My Spotify playlist is pretty on point.
My Spotify playlist right now is a bunch of toddler songs.
True. So do you think someone's Spotify playlist should be used for their wedding music, though?
I think it should be considered. Depends. It does depend.
The past DJ and me, not happy.
Maybe not. See, that's where I go into it depends. Like if somebody's got I've got some friends who are like, they have phenomenal music tastes. They go and they chase concerts all over the place. I've actually only been to 3 concerts, 2 of which were Justin Timberlake. Yeah. One was Toby Mac. Okay. So.
See, now the way
this was old Northside days. Yeah. Yeah.
The reason why I say probably not so much, you could have a great taste in music and you have an awesome playlist. Yeah. But when it comes to the actual reception, the energy is definitely determined by the DJ. So I would also go back to and kind of agree with you that there's a lot of terrible DJs out there that are basically just a glorified Spotify playlist. Yes. And if that's the case, then just go with the fucking playlist and save yourself some money and having some idiot just pressing a button up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should let me do it.
That's fine too. You'd probably do better than
y'all would be great wedding DJs.
Horrible wedding DJs.
I can see it.
He would DJ and I would be the one who would be
You'd be like Jared on the MC. You know what I'm saying? Gosh. Or I don't know what you call that. I'm so white. Wow. My whiteness just came out.
I mean, it's always out.
It is. Proud of it. I know that's controversial. I'm not allowed to say that in today's society, but that's another podcast.
And that's a whole other episode. You're right. We're already on our second or third.
Apparently, I have no culture, and I beg to differ.
There's a difference, though. That's a whole nother argument.
Well, let's just
we had a whole argument the other day.
I actually wouldn't consider that an argument. I thought it was a very tasteful disagreement.
I call it an argument because this is what people say, but I'm like, in general, it's just a conversation. Right. Yeah. 2 different points of view.
I actually have forgotten about that because it wasn't an argument, and I'm like, we're not upset at each other.
No, I think it's stupid to get upset over each other.
I agree. What were we talking about?
Let's go back to weddings. So wedding trends. We're talking about being white. Wedding dresses, are they staying in fashion and being white, or are people done with that?
I don't know. It is, I would say 90% still white wedding dress but see, I'm actually seeing a lot of wedding dresses that are different shades of white that are becoming a little bit more prevalent in the wedding industry. For example, I had actually a silver dress. It was gorgeous.
Is it like Cloud Dancer, the color of the year?
Oh, no, not quite. Not quite.
We've made Cloud Dancer twice in these last 5 episodes.
Yeah. You'll have to check my Instagram. I have a couple pictures posted. But no, I really loved that. I don't know why I didn't choose white, but I think it was really just the fit of the dress. And it was it's like this silvery sheen. It kind of
But that color
leaned a little blue.
In the mountains, though.
Like it looked good in the mountains. It went with my skin tone really well. Made me look pretty tan. Yeah. Which for a ginger, I do tan.
That's not her, though.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Is that your wedding dress? No.
You haven't seen my... So we eloped.
I haven't looked at your wedding dress.
Yes, that was it. That was it. It actually had...
I was like, wait.
I had it fixed because it had puff sleeves, and I was like, we're not doing this. I felt like a princess.
Yeah, no, that definitely doesn't
and
look
I
like
had it made where it actually goes around the shoulder and clips in the back and can be adjusted where it like tightens up or they could be like removed. But huge train, like a 6-foot train. It was nuts.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm huge.
Yeah.
6 feet.
But no, he's in the military. Yeah. So that's
your
us.
Your hair looked a different shade of red there, so I didn't think that was
it's probably the shadows, how it was edited.
Especially in these pictures, it doesn't look silver. It looks very white.
It looks very white.
See?
Yeah.
That's where my cloud dancer came from.
A little bit. But
send me with some other wedding topics you got.
Well, I have some controversial thoughts.
I mean,
that was one of them. I was going to talk about the wedding clique in town that I think maybe I should.
You mean like
it bugs me a little bit.
This person connects you to that person, connects you to that person in the
yes.
for a wedding?
I think I'll refrain from some of this topic because I'm not in the business of, not being a good professional here, but because I'll work with pretty much anybody. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm a really good great professional to work with, and it really does help to work with other amazing professionals in this industry. And that's where you get your preferred vendors lists, where it's like, hey, like you got your client, I'm going to recommend these several people, but it shouldn't be closed to just those several people. And that's actually what I'm finding a little bit of, where some of these planners or venues, like they're only saying, hey, only these people are allowed to work here. And it's like, what are you doing? Like
how do I get on that list first off?
I can argue it for catering. But outside of catering, it makes it very, very hard to argue.
It's actually detrimental to the client because it's like...
Well, I completely agree with that.
And it's like a double-edged sword a little bit because it's like, yes, you really do want to work with professionals that you're comfortable working with. You know they're going to do a good job. And that's wonderful and amazing. I love working with some of the same people because that's just so much fun, right? But it shouldn't be closed to other people who are actually maybe lesser known from out of town. Well, I think I'll exclude the out-of-towners, but there's a lot of people here that are incredible at what they do, and they're not in the circle, so, they can't sit with us type of thing. And I just don't really appreciate that.
Yeah. So. I'm like, interesting. Because I remember when we first booked one of our locations and then we didn't end up going with them. They're like, these are our preferred lists. You have to go with these people. And I'm like,
even it's one of the reasons why
it's been a thing. And it's just, I feel like it's just in Wilmington. Like I've worked with vendors who have come in from out of town and they're like, what's up with this guy? And I'm like, good question. It's been around for a minute. Yeah. I don't love it, but I'm not here to badmouth anybody. I think everybody, pretty much does it. When it comes to their work, what they do, I don't have a lot of people that I'm just like, I really hate working with them. I really don't.
It seems like, I don't know. I don't completely agree with what I'm about to say, but it seems like for the most part.
Say it.
Well, I am going to say it anyway. It seems like from the people that I know, which is why I'm not going to agree with exactly what I'm saying, because I know there's a whole other world outside of the people that I'm aware of that do this. But the people that I'm aware of that do this have been pretty seasoned in it at this point, like 10, 15 years that have been doing the same exact thing. Like, so whether I like you or not, you're probably really good at your job at this point. And those are people I'm thinking of, as opposed to like, as I'm sure there's a bunch of new people that like just picked up a camera yesterday that I'm calling themselves like a photographer and don't know what they're doing. So but excluding those people. But anyway, continue. But
explain those people?
No, excluding.
Excluding those people?
So I would agree with your... that there shouldn't be a closed list, but I could see people who are like, we don't want this person.
Outside vendors notice it.
Yeah,
it's noticeable.
Like if I had somebody shoot 2 weddings at my venue and our venue looked like crap in all their photos, or they did a horrible job working with everyone else, I'd be like, I don't want them here.
Yeah, I won't go too much further on that topic, but another controversial thought is that if I could eliminate one shot from the list, my shot list of like what I do for the day.
Super shot list. Yeah.
It would be the hanging dress. You know what I'm talking about? When the girl's getting ready and there's the dress and it's on a hanger that's probably plastic, but see,
she didn't get a wooden one or a fluffy one.
Most brides don't think about those types of details. So I actually have brought my own hangers. Yeah. But I don't even really, it depends on the venue too. Like if you don't choose a venue that
has a good angle,
has, I don't know, nice architecture or good lighting or anything like that, I'm just like, even if you go the extra mile and you get a form where you put the dress on that form, that like mannequin form, I'd rather see it on you. I'd rather see it on the bride. Like I think that's really my bread and butter. I love bridal photos like so much. I could shoot just brides all day long. I like to take my time with photos like that. But I think that having good photography really begins at where you choose to get married. Now, I could shoot a pile of garbage and make it look editorial and fun, cool, right? But if you choose somewhere that has really good lighting, it's a beautiful place in general, like it's going to be a whole lot easier for me to get really great photos there. Yeah. Not to say, I mean, I could pretty much shoot anything at this point. I've shot anywhere, everywhere, all the things, right? But it's super helpful. But there's not very many places that I feel that really elevate the dress shot, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Some people some people just want to see the dress. I'd rather get details.
Yeah. And it's hard when you do the dress shot because you have to be so far back that you're not really seeing all the details, even if you're shooting in like 4 to 8K.
And then there's the danger of moving the dress, dropping it, which I have done.
Why would you drop the dress?
In dirt.
Oh, no. I can't.
Yeah. Oh, horror stories. I mean, I've had so many mishaps. Well, not so many, but in the early days, I mean, it was not good.
I do think you're right. Like on the body makes more sense because you can see the flow of the dress. But some people don't like the way they look. They look pretty in the dress, but they're not like in love with the way it looks. They don't want you getting up close and getting all the details.
Oh, that's what we should do.
I didn't say you shouldn't.
It's good
I'm
stuff.
Just saying some people don't.
Oh, I get all up in there.
Why they want the whole.
I get all up in there. But before somebody even hires me, they know. They know that I'm going to be. I'm going to be picking broccoli out of their teeth. Okay, like me fixing their dress. Like I
don't miss that.
Get in there. Like I think the brides should hire a photographer that they actually really get along with. I think now it's more so about relational situations more than style. I think that because there's so many, thanks to Instagram, there's so many amazing artists that have emerged and become phenomenal photographers who have much less experience than I do. Like those are the people I think that we should all take something from, right? But I lost my train of thought again. What are we talking about? What's wrong with me?
I think this will help kind of like connect it all too. Was it you that I saw that posted the other day about photography being that's the number one professional that you're going to spend the most time with?
Yes, it is. Okay, yes, your photographer is the person that you hire that you're going to spend the most amount of time with. So you have to make sure that you like them, you know. But and here's the other thing too. Like I like to find out, like, obviously I have to find out where a bride's getting married because I'm like, look, I am a ninja. I am everywhere, but like not in a chaotic way. Like you'll never see me move. You'll never notice me move. But I mean, I get all the angles, especially like I didn't used to have second shooters when I had restarted my company. Yeah. But that's one thing that I cannot live without is a good second shooter because I can actually like breathe.
Right.
And I'm able to, those creative juices, see how I use that as an adjective?
There you go.
Are flowing and I can actually get the shots that people are that they really, really, really want because I got backup. I got somebody else getting those other perspectives. They're able to be creative. And the day doesn't have to be so chaotic where I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And it just makes everybody's day a lot easier, which I've functioned that way really, really well. But why not do the absolute most? If I had it my way, every bride that hires me would have not just one second shooter with me, would have, I like rolling with 3 shooters total. That's so ideal.
You and 2 others?
I would hire
3
2.
And you.
3 so me and then 2 others. Okay. That is ideal. That
would make sense. Yeah.
Because it just makes it, because, you know, I'm with the bride and then my second shooter's with the groom and then my other shooter's getting details, all that kind of stuff. But I also have a drone operator now, so I get aerial stuff.
That's cool.
It's phenomenal. It's really fun. We've really grown last year. It's been really good.
Salty. Like I had a drone and we lived too close to the airport, so they wouldn't let it fly. Wow. And then they passed a law that was like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, it sends it down automatically too, doesn't it?
Yeah, at my house. Yeah, it went down. I put it up outside and it said, yeah, we're going to force land you within the next 60 seconds. So you should probably find a way to get this. And then by the time I picked it back up, the app had already been like updated and then my drone wasn't supported anymore. And I'm like, well,
that was fun.
That was a fun $500.
But I mean, everybody always asks me like, what are your wedding horror stories? I bet you have stories for days. And I do, but it's so funny. I've actually only had one bridezilla, and really? because
you get to know the people beforehand.
Mm-hmm. So. I've had coordinator-zillas, I had groom-zillas, but I've only had one bridezilla. I'm not going to tell that story because if she saw this, she would know exactly who she is. You know what I mean? But in the early days, it obviously in every photographer's contract, it's like there's a clause that says, hey, you have to feed the photographer and all associates, right? We were shooting a wedding. I think it was at the Brooklyn Art Center, but this was like 10 years ago. Nobody would even know who this is, right? But this particular coordinator refused to allow us to go get food. They didn't, I don't think they had any food planned for us, even though we're supposed to eat. Yeah, it's actually like a law, right? Like you can't work longer than 6 hours without a meal in a regular workplace. So anyways, and they're like, yeah, you can't be up here either. But we can put you in the basement and, we don't really have food for you, but we'll figure something out. And we were just like, we're dying, man.
Yeah.
Somebody finally brings down these styrofoam to-go things. And we open it up. It was Fire Festival. Okay. Grilled cheese, a couple of pieces of lettuce, maybe some mac and cheese on the side. And we were like, what is this?
It's like, this isn't even the food they're getting upstairs.
When we went upstairs,
didn't have extra food.
We this is actually really bad. This was a long time ago. I would never do this now. But if anything, nowadays I'd just be like, it's actually in my contract that says that we can go off premises and go get food, right? But we went upstairs and we took a plate and it was so bad. But I'm just like, I'm sorry, we can't eat. Right. And it was like Wonder Bread with one of those.
Like a single.
Single. I can't eat that. Anyways, not grateful or anything, but. Things like that. I mean, I've had groomzillas who have been like, I don't really want pictures. Let's not take any pictures. I'm like, what did you hire us for? You know? Right. And then he turns around and gives the speech of a lifetime. It's just crazy. But no, not being sarcastic. I don't like sarcasm. Yeah. He actually was
amazing.
Hilarious. But let's see, what else there was something else recently. I got flipped off at a wedding recently. I was telling people to get out of the shot gently. I'm like, hey guys, can you please get off of the bench? It's in the middle of the shot. I would say that very gently. I'm so professional as it could be. And it was the third time that I had asked, but I'm still maintaining. I'm just like, hey, if you don't mind, please, you're in the shot. Right. Could you just step to the side here? And the family was trying to help me too, keep everybody out. Right. And the guy leans back and looks at me and just gives me the bird. And I'm like, I can't usually contain my facial expressions. And I'm just like,
excuse me.
Oh, really? And I out loud was like, I have never had someone flip me off at a wedding before. So you're the first. And I was just like, well, let's just carry on. So I moved on and I actually kind of forgot about it in 2 seconds. But he eventually came up and apologized to me. And I was like, hey, I mean, we're about to throw hands. About to see the redhead come out, but forgiven. But no, little things like that. It was a wonderful wedding. Love. That was actually one of my favorite brides recently. Really, really cool people. So no harm, no foul. But yeah, actually, this isn't a wedding horror story, but at my own elopement afterwards, we haven't even been on a honeymoon or anything, but we took 2 days to go up to the Blue Ridge Mountain areas because that's where our house is. And what is it? Blowing Rock.
Oh yeah.
Go to Blowing Rock. Go to dinner. Come back. Obviously, sunset's really early. It was in December, and we're coming up to the cabin, and we see 2 people just walking in the middle of the road. Not a big deal. It's a neighborhood area.
Right.
And they're wearing all black, and all of a sudden, Pete's got a big white, kind of like your truck, Ford F-150, big white truck.
Yep.
lights are coming up on these guys. They're looking back, and all of a sudden, between two black, pants and shirt, all of a sudden come apart. Okay, and we see two blaring white butts in our face, and we're like, we're dying. This was the funniest thing ever. And then all of a sudden, Pete gets quiet, and I'm like, oh God, like what's he gonna do, right? And they pull up their pants. And they had their pants to their knees, man. Like, I saw way too much. And they're like running away, like, oh. So they pull their pants up. They come up to the side of the truck, and Pete rolls down the window. And the guy says, hey, we're going to jump in the back. It occurs to us, they thought we were their friends. Oh, they thought they were mooning their friends. Okay, we were not their friends. And once her eyes adjusted after seeing the bright lights, Pete's like, you better run. And they saw that we are not their friends. And they were like, they turned ghost white, as white as their tushies. And they were like, oh my God, let's get out of here. So they were like running that way. Anyways, we were, I think I lost a lung. I was laughing so hard. We get up to the cabin. We see behind us comes another white truck. Looks identical. And they're like, guys, you're never going to believe this. Oh, it was hysterical. And that was a good moment. So I don't think it's a proper honeymoon unless you've been mooned on your honeymoon. And I was so proud that
You got one.
Yeah, we got one. But like, I didn't know kids still did that. They're like probably 15, 16. Yeah. They're in high school. Oh, wow. Okay. It's hilarious. So funny. Yeah.
Has there been any wedding trends that have stuck around since 2015, 2016?
Yes, but they're not the good ones.
Ooh, give me two.
I think it's just like clothing trends change, right? Mm-hmm. Wedding trends certainly have too. I think it's the way that you do things, right? It's like let's take baby's breath, for example. I think baby's breath is a type of flower. Okay, if you guys don't. Okay. Yeah. I think that the way that baby's breath can be used can either be very 2016 or it can be modernized, just like a pair of blue jeans. Like it's really on how you do it. So if you have like a really good professional who is good at what they do and they've kept up with things and they're not stuck in the past, right, like they'll do a good job with whatever you want. I don't really know how to answer that. So yes and no. Yes and no.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Baby's breath. There needs to be we need to find another flower.
Really? Well, calla lilies have definitely been, I think that's what it is. That's definitely been a trend right now. And holding your flowers, like not in a bouquet setting, but like arched flowers that are like almost like a purse. That, yeah. Turning flowers into a purse is actually a very cool wedding trend that I really like. Yeah. Cake, of course you've seen the cake. Cake has taken on many forms. You are no longer stuck with, here's your 4-tier cake. Like some cakes, they've done like a whole table, like 12-foot cake, but just it's short, but it's like they go down the length of the table. And then there's the Italian cake where it's like it's like a big round table, the big round cake, and you can put your berries on it. Things like that. But yeah.
I'm down for cupcakes.
I think that's what we did. I think we had like our main cake and then we just had a bunch of other cupcakes.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't invited.
I didn't even know you.
When did you get married?
2016.
Did you?
16? Who got married in 17? Brittany,
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Brittany who?
Lineberry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
It's a running joke.
It's fine. You would have been sat down with all the other misfits with us. It's fine. If you're watching this, Brittany. I give her a hard time all the time about it. I'm just happy I got to go. But
seriously. Well, I'll say this too. Like, back to like the photography side of things. Like, I used to market myself as a natural light photographer. That was because I didn't know how to use flash. Okay. If you want to be a really good and successful photographer, I would for weddings. I'm not going to say like anything else. You can use natural light to your heart's content. I love natural light. Actually, I'm not going to say I prefer natural light. Once I learned how to master flash, everything changed for me. Like, just a whole world opened up, and it's fun. I really love using flash during the daytime. I think it is so much fun.
Does it make that much of a difference?
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. It's really cool. Very editorial vibes. Editorial has been thrown around as a term for so many things these days, which that's fair. It can be. It's very versatile, but I think it's a lot of fun. It's a very particular style, and a lot of that's a good trend right now. I hope it sticks around. And no, that's not a trend. Back when film has always been the GOAT.
Right.
And now that's actually come back around to being in heavy use, and I absolutely love it. That's a trend that should always stay. Yeah, like real film. That's real photography.
Right, yeah.
Digital is where, everybody got access, and I'm just like, and I wish I knew more about film. I can make a digital photo look like film, but there's nothing that compares to a good old film photo.
It's like on Spotify, you can download lossless, but it's not the same as having 45.
But
I can't tell a difference though.
Even back then, like you'd had to use flash for a lot of things, but I don't know, it just all depends. But using flash in wedding photography is actually an absolute must if you're gonna do really well in this industry. That, and I think one thing that, this has nothing to do with style, one thing that has actually helped me a lot, and I wish I was an affiliate brand ambassador for this company, but the Spider holsters. Have you seen?
Oh yeah.
I feel like the rootness tootness photographer, let me tell you. So that has saved my shoulders on numerous occasions. So most photographers, I would say almost every single one of them, you would see the harnesses, and oh my God, my little shoulders at the end of a wedding day. I already feel like a truck hit me at the very end of a wedding. No, that's just the business, right? But God, like halfway through the day, I'm dying. And actually the day after every wedding, it's like a hangover. Right. But I don't even drink, but it sure does feel like a hangover. It hurts. But by having the Spider holsters for my cameras, I mean, childbearing hips, let me tell you what, I can put some weight on these hips and be fine, and that's like one of my good, like I have to have, if there's anything I have to have on wedding day, that's it, and a good off-camera flash. My two, have to have it. I don't even necessarily think that you have to have a particular camera to be a really good photographer.
I can see that.
No, you just have to understand, good angles. And I think what gives me a leg up is that as I am still a model, and I'm signed with the Maryland's agency, but as a model, I could understand what it feels like to be in front of the camera. And even I feel super awkward sometimes. But by helping other people in front of the camera, by understanding what that feels like and what good angles really should look like and what it should feel like, I think that's really what gives me kind of a little edge. But
for our listeners that listen to every single episode, what do you think about Canon cameras these days?
I actually switched to Canon.
Really?
So I was Sony this is a whole thing. Let me get into it. I have been a Sony camera photographer ever since I started. And that was the reason for that was because the Sony cameras that we were using, I think it was the A7R4 at the time, were incredible for both photo and video. Yeah. And our company shot both photo and video. And now I don't do video anymore at all. But because Sony was what I knew, whenever I had the money again to start up a new company, I bought Sony. Oh, right. I actually bought the R4 again because it was still relative, still fantastic. Yeah. I liked having
used to it.
Yeah, I was just used to it. And I still, I really liked, the lenses and all that kind of stuff, but I understood how to use it. And then last year I was like, I did a bad thing and I looked at what other people are doing, which is what you should never do unless it's, I thought it was to better myself, right? Yeah. And some of it can be, but some of it, if you go down those rabbit holes too far, you can wind up lost. Yeah. And as a photographer, who has started over in this industry, I found myself lost a little bit, and I had to give up looking at what other people are doing and just be like, okay, I need to just experiment, do my own thing, right? But I was always curious to know what it would be like to shoot with Canon bodies and lenses. Right. And so I did that. So I got the Canon R5 Mark II. And while it had, lower megapixel, whatever size. See, here's what's funny is that I don't always know about all the technology and all that kind of stuff, but I got to work my way around a camera. Okay. So if I sound like an idiot, I'm not. But I got that camera, and my good friend Matthew Ray, he uses that kind of stuff. So I work with him sometimes, and I was like, oh, like I like what you're doing here. And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's really great. So for the last year, I've used Canon and Sony. It's just for different things though, like, but the Canons are really heavy, especially with the new, because I also got the new 24-70 f2 lens. My wrist feels like it's about to fall off. I'm not okay. And I was like, God, this is so heavy. But also, I really liked it. But when I found the A7R5 from Sony, and I actually tested it the other day at a wedding, it does exactly what I want out of the Canon that I have and the glass. Yeah. Without the weight. So for me, I'm actually switching back over to Sony. So I'm selling my R5 Mark II. It's only like a year old, brand new, and the Canon glass. But yeah, I'm going back to Sony.
So it used to be difference was how they process things. So like
skin tones are pretty incredible with the Canon. I'm not going to lie.
That was the major difference. Like people would use a Sony for one thing or a Canon for a different, depending on what they focused on.
People make fun of Nikon users.
The film.
Makes sense.
Have you seen the whole thing about, you use Nikon? Like, have you seen those memes? Hilarious. So funny.
I grew up on Nikon. Well, when in school we used Nikon, and then when I shot, we used Canon.
But see, I've seen some incredible photographers use a array of, my dream camera is a Hasselblad.
What the heck is that?
So good.
Yeah. It's probably the closest. It's one of the closest you can get to a film camera.
It's like 100 megapixels, and you can zoom in, and it looks like that's the image that you took. Like, it's so crisp, it's crispy. Wow.
Yeah, I know about it because of the podcast I listen to.
Which one is that?
Waveform podcast. Okay. I mean, it's usually about tech.
Yeah.
But one of the guys loves taking photos, and so he got a Hasselblad. They were talking about it, and then they released a new one. And Marquez was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And okay, yeah, I did it. And it took forever for it to come in. But that's what they say is like those photos look as close to like film. And like you don't have to tweak it as much. So it's good.
It's amazing. It truly is. And I mean, some of these, how far cameras have come. Oh, it's truly amazing. So I don't know. I don't think it really matters too much what you use. As long as you know how to use it.
True. That's true. If you shoot everything on auto, you'll see a big difference. Yeah. But if not,
yeah.
I don't have the patience to change it after every single shot.
Oh, but see, when you get used to it, you can do it in like a second flat, like barely, you know. It can be tough when you're moving from indoor light to outdoor light to indoor light, and then if you need to add a flat, like that can be a lot. So you just need to take a second, right? But as long as you got a second shooter, you know what I mean? Like
also why I'm not a photographer.
True, because a second shooter can have things set up.
God, a second shooter really helps. Yeah. Never leave home without a second shooter. No, so that's one thing that I think I'll change a little bit is
the reason why I got talked into this Nikon. For our video
That's
stuff.
a Nikon.
It is a Nikon. The reason why I got sucked into it is because they said the auto on that is better than the other auto on the Sony.
Okay, because we do auto. So
yeah, because like I knew I wasn't going to switch this after every single guest we had in.
Yeah.
You need an operator.
Yeah.
I'm not your girl. I don't do video.
No, that would require us to get paid to do this podcast. So we could pay someone else. We're here to have fun.
No, but I think another thing something else that's controversial. This is the last thing that I'll say that is controversial
on
this episode. I like what you did there. Yes, let's specify. On this episode is that I actually I changed my packages. I stopped charging based on 6-hour package, 8-hour package, 10-hour package. Okay, because when you do that, it makes it about the hours that you're there, the hours that you're shooting. Why would I be at a wedding? this is actually has happened. I'm at a wedding and they paid for 8 hours and the wedding, my time's coming to an end. Now all of a sudden they got an epic party over there and she's dancing on the bar and they've brought out the big, light up whatevers. And I'm just like, well, my time's up.
See you later.
I don't ever want to skimp out on my client for things like that. So I actually stopped doing that where now I just offer full day. I'm there all day. So whether it's however long, right? But which is generally like 10 to 12 hours anyways. Because what else am I going to do? Go home and sit on my couch while my photos are being uploaded? It's so silly because it actually puts the value on the front end of everything, which is incredibly valuable. Obviously, what you need, right? And it totally eliminates the real value or the other half of the value that's on the back end because I think it takes me per wedding, full day wedding, it takes me about somewhere between 30 to 40 hours to fully edit and deliver 30, 40 hours of work that I do. That takes somewhere between 4 weeks, could be 8 weeks, depends on like how heavy the season is, right? But I break that up because I have other weddings to do too, right? But why would I feel like that's like robbing the client. That's my controversial take. Now, most photographers, they have an hourly pack. They basically do like a 6, 8, or 10 hour package. It's fine. But I think that we lose focus on where the real value is for that client, because I don't really want to be missing out. And I don't think the client really wants me missing out either.
The other thing that's funny, like the average person who doesn't know anything about photography. So I have a friend who was doing some shots and it was like $1,000 for an hour or whatever it was. And it wasn't a wedding. And one of the guys I was talking to was like, $1,000 for an hour of work? Like, that's a great deal. Like, I need to get into photography. And I was like, hold on, sir. Yeah. That's an hour of being present.
Yes.
I was like, do you know everything that happened, one, beforehand, but especially two, all of the editing and everything on the back end of that? I said, and even if they can edit quickly, it took a very long time to figure that out. And quick is a relative term, as I'm sure you know.
It can be fast, Yeah. It actually all kind of depends. It's all circumstantial. But here's the other thing too. And then they have the audacity to ask for raw images. I'm sorry, no, that is not a representation of my work, So like, I'd rather you just not even ask me to do it, because I'm not going to, no good photographer is going to deliver raws who actually, cares about their brand reputation and all that kind of stuff. So
the thought of even asking it never even crossed my mind.
I would totally ask them, so that way I can go and edit all my pictures how I want.
Don't do it. Oh my God. I've had clients re-edit my pictures. That's actually, no, sorry. That only happened once. That actually only happened once, because why would you want to re-edit my pictures? My pictures are great. But that's a no-no.
Oh, I was totally being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you guys something.
She was about to beat the living shit out of you. I got it from you, and then I realized, like, oh, she doesn't realize he's joking.
Okay, I'm actually not very good at sarcasm. I've had sarcasm used against me for too many years of my life, and I just can't.
No, I'm like, that's one, way too much work, and two, why would I have hired you if I needed to go back and do it?
That was my point. It was like, what that photographer does. You hire that photographer because of the way that they do their work.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
It would be like, oh, thanks for drawing the Mona Lisa for me, but I want her to have a smaller nose. Like,
yeah. No, I agree with you.
Can I get the original so I can make some changes?
Right.
Can I just get the? She needs a smile, not a smirk.
I just want the sketch so I can paint it myself.
I think the one thing that a lot of photographers are very afraid of, though, is AI. We got to talk about it. Mm-hmm. However, a wedding photographer is irreplaceable. AI can be a bonus, a helper, right, but you can't replace somebody physically being there at your wedding, shooting the wedding. Now, for like commercial advertisements, all that kind of stuff, totally. like that, you're in danger there. If you're one of those photographers, that can definitely be a real danger for you. But as far as weddings are concerned, and also people are always going to get married. So you'll always have a job. People are always getting married or dying or being born. So
that's true.
These are some really great industries to be in.
We really should have started our own cremation service.
What? Are we whispering about
cremation services?
What about it?
Like, there's not enough funeral homes in this town.
You should probably still start one.
We should. We could put one in Brunswick County because there's not one out there. They always got to come here.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, there might be one out there.
That is
now,
not a business I know anything about.
But Andrews, for the most part, like ran the town. I think there's one other one now.
I'm in the business of longevity, staying alive.
Well, if you expand properly, you can take photos at the funeral.
You're right.
See?
Yeah, you're right.
It's a whole nother vibe.
That actually would be terrible. I don't know about that.
No, if you go to a celebration of life, it's totally different.
That's fine. Yes. Yeah, celebration of life.
Yeah. I wonder what the shot list would look like for those.
Grandma crying.
Right. Dead person in casket.
In casket. I need at least 3 family members in the casket. Or behind it. It has to be behind it. But anyways.
Don't take pictures of the ex coming in. I don't know. Actually, that is one question that I always ask my clients is, are there any family dynamics that I need to know about as your photographer where I actually don't accidentally make something very uncomfortable for everybody? And nobody's ever really bat an eye at that question, even though we're about to talk about something very sensitive. And believe it or not, most families, they got something. So,
because I've actually asking that DJing too, because you would have someone come up and be like, "Oh, I'm the mother-in-law of whoever," or "I'm like Susie's favorite aunt. Like, can you play this song?" You only have to do that one time before you start asking that question.
Yes.
So. Yeah, it can get really. I mean, I've made that mistake early on where I didn't ask that question, and I'm like, okay, like, Mom, Dad, go ahead and kiss your daughter on the cheek or something. I don't know, something stupid, something so 2016. I don't know. Actually, that's not so 2016. That could be such a cute little picture. I like things like that. But no, and the bride was like, "That's not my dad, and I don't like her." I'm like, okay, we're moving on. Or like, there's dad's passed away, and he's not walking her down the aisle. So I'm just like, "Hey, where's your dad? Is he walking down the aisle?" And she's like, "I'm like, great, it's not good." So I definitely tend to stick my foot in my mouth in a general way a little bit too much. So at least on a wedding day, I can pretty much be safe. So you never know what I'm going to say. I'll tell you what.
So, because we're at the end of our time.
Oh, shoot.
I do have dinner plans with the wife. Otherwise, I'd keep you around.
Oh, wow.
We can chat more.
40 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes.
We always do this. Yeah, it's okay.
It does.
You didn't have any other questions for me, did you?
No, not this time around.
Thank God.
So for those who don't know, we've had Leigh on before. Hopefully you'll have watched that episode.
It was a very sad episode.
But see the sad episode. Now see the fun episode.
It was a fun episode.
Be super happy. And when we figure out some more hot takes, we'll have to have you back on.
Please. It's probably going to bomb. This episode's going to be terrible. I'm just kidding.
No, that'd be bad. But you got anything?
I'm good.
Thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.